Dear friends, I am Professor Ali Nadeem Rezavi, the Secretary, Indian History Congress. Season's greetings to all of you. From today, we are going to start with our new channel on YouTube known as Indian History Congress channel. Through this medium, we would be uploading a number of videos of the past lectures or any of the programs which we will keep on holding throughout the year. All of us know that last year, in December 2023, our 82nd session of the Indian History Congress was held at Warangal in Telangana. I would like to announce to you that this year we are really thankful to the Vice Chancellor as well as the other authorities of Punjabi University, Patiala, that they have agreed to hold the forthcoming session, which, as per our usual schedule, would be held between 20th to 30th of December 2024. This will not be the first time that we go to Patiala to hold our session. Perhaps, if I'm not wrong, this would be our fourth session which is being held there. In fact, the first of the sessions which I remember was held at Patiala was way back in 1967, followed by another session which was held there, which was in 1998, and the latest one was in 2011. Perhaps most of us would have attended at least the two last sessions, that is 2011 and 2011 and 1998. Both of them were excellent sessions which were held by the various organizers at the Punjabi University at Patiala. Before I go further, I would like to very briefly tell you something about what this organization is. The Indian History Congress is the body of professional historians of South Asia. In fact, this body was established way back in 1935, and it was in 1935-36 that its first session was held at Pune, in which historians like Sir Shafaat Ahmad participated in it. In fact, Sir Shafaat Ahmad was the president of the Indian History Congress that particular year. Starting from 1935-36, coming down to 2024, it is only on very few rare occasions that Indian History Congress has not held its session. I am told that it was during the World War II, when the world was raging in 1942. We know that in 1942 it was not only the World War which was taking place, but we were also going through the freedom movement. And it was at that time that in 1942 the Indian History Congress skipped to have its session because of the prevailing conditions in the country. The next occasion when we could not hold our program was during the partition period, 1947. Naturally, it was not possible at a time when the country was, going through a movement where people were being transferred from one area to the other, accompanied by a lot of, massacres going on. Indian History Congress could not hold its session. Later on, after independence, it was in 1971 when the Indo-Pak War was going on, and that then too the Indian History Congress could not meet. Otherwise, if you leave out these years, Indian History Congress has been very, very regular in holding its sessions, which are generally held during the last week of December. It is only seldom in certain cases that we have held the Indian History Congress in other months. For example, at one or two occasions, the Indian History Congress was held during the month of October. Otherwise, we have stuck to our own schedule, and each year, at the time when the year is ending, between 20th and 30th of December, that we meet and we hold our sessions. When we started in 1935-36, we had only 3 sessions, sections in fact. Historians would be divided into 3 sections: ancient, medieval, and modern. Today, the 3-day session of the Indian History Congress takes place via 6 sessions: ancient, medieval, modern, countries other than India, archaeology, and contemporary Indian history. In each of these sections, for 3 long days, research papers are presented, and which ultimately go on, the selected few of them, to be printed as Proceedings of the Indian History Congress. Although we retain the original name, Proceedings of the Indian History Congress, but it is a peer-reviewed journal which is also given in the UGC list. In fact, all those research scholars whose papers are presented, read out there, they get the highest, marks as far as the UGC accepted journals are concerned. Apart from these 6 sessions, we also have an SC Memorial Lecture, SC Mishra Memorial Lecture, which is delivered by one of the experts. on Indian history. And then we also have a symposium in which there are three speakers, one each from ancient, medieval, or modern. Apart from that, during the 3 days of the session each year, we also have a number of panels, specialized panels. For example, at Warangal last year, we had a panel sponsored by Aligarh Historian Society, which was on the Indian economy. We had a panel of the Indian History Congress itself, which was devoted to the region in which the Indian History Congress was being held, that is, the history of the Deccan. And then, since a number of years, one very important panel which is usually held is on Dalit history. Sometimes more than these three panels take place. This year in Patiala, we propose that there would be a special panel devoted to the history and culture of Punjab. I, as Secretary of the Indian History Congress, would urge each of you to please become a member and participate in our annual session. If you visit our website, you will find that our membership is of three kinds. Basically, we have one kind of membership which is known as annual membership. The annual membership fees is rupees 500 per annum, which can be renewed year after year. And once you have paid the fees of rupees 500, either for initial membership or for renewal of membership, you will be given an AM number, annual membership number, which you will have to quote at the time when you are paying up the delegate fees to the host university. The local secretary, generally one of the senior professors of the host university, which this time is the Punjabi University Patiala, one of them is made the local secretary, and I am happy to announce that this time Professor Karamjit Kaur would be the Karamjit Malhotra, in fact, who would be the local secretary, and she would be collecting the fees, which is known as the delegate fees. Last year, the delegate fees was around 5,000 rupees. We are now waiting for Patiala University to come up with their circular, and through their circular, they would announce, taking into consideration the cost of the hotels and hostels and the food and whatnot, how much they are going to charge as delegate fees. I would recommend one and all of you to please become at least an annual member. All those of you who have been an annual member for 3 consecutive years, they can apply to become the life member of Indian History Congress. The life member of the Indian History Congress at the moment has to pay rupees 7,500. That is the amount which a person who has been an annual member for 3 consecutive years, he will have to pay this amount to become a life member, and he would enjoy all the rights which are given to an annual member. The third category of membership which we have and which is also open is institutional membership. Institutions can also become the member of the Indian History Congress on a payment of an annual fees of rupees 5,000. Once an institution becomes a member, it can sponsor one of its members to attend the Indian History Congress as the delegate. But remember that institutional membership is also annual. Each year, the institution will have to renew its membership. One last point which I would like to remind all of you is that please take care that go through our website to get an idea who all can become members. To become an annual member, you have to be a student of history. We prefer that you have already done your post-graduation and have registered as a research student, at least. We also provide our annual membership to those who are doing research or are actively involved in academics in fields related to the field of history. So perhaps you might not be a direct student of history, but say of sociology or political science. But if you are doing work on something which also has some historical content within it, you also can become a member. But mark you, if you pay the membership, even if you're not qualified, your field is not at all related to history, then mark you, that fees will be confiscated and the amount which you have paid to us will not be returned. So please ensure that first you go through the clauses, you go through the qualifications which are needed to become either an annual member or a life member or an institutional member. Hoping that soon you will become a member or renew your membership, and then ultimately you will present a paper, you will send a paper to us. I will talk about how papers have to be sent, what type of material which we really need. I will be talking to you later on that aspect, but at the moment I just hope that you will pay attention to that, you will take part academically in our forthcoming session, and hope that we meet each other in December at Patiala. Take care. Goodbye. Jai Hind.